What's going on, everybody? Jason Getty, and I want to touch real quick on some shit that, man, it's fucking weak sauce, and I'm sure you all can agree. Anybody that's over 35 would agree with this. And sorry my shit's so dark. I'm going into a town, there's police everywhere. Me riding around my fucking window or mirror lights on, probably get me pulled over. Hey, that'd make for a great video. I'd get about 13 cents off of it. They pay my ticket, right? So, running your mouth on YouTube it's not a new thing, but it's a thing, and it's really easy to do, and you feel like you're a big man because you do it. And in logic, it's like a fallacy. It's like a straw man fallacy, where, you know, the camera is, or the phone is, or whatever, the person you're talking to, and you told them a bunch of shit, and then the camera just sits there and does nothing. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I come from an area of Louisville that everybody's like, oh God, no, not Kentucky. It's a bad mofo in Kentucky, man. Y'all got all kind of crime problems. We actually got a bunch of crime problems. But where I come from, man, you know, you had a problem with somebody, you just fucking walked up to them. And if you didn't have availability to them, you would tell somebody that you knew that did, hey man, tell this motherfucker I said, and then it would work its way out. Eventually you all would bump into each other, and then you could settle your differences. But the shit that goes on with this fucking internet, like some dude in, I don't know, one state, gonna run his mouth about some dude in another state, and then say some shit like, now, I've said all this crazy shit, and if you don't like it, punch me in the face so I can sue you for everything that you own. And then, you know, of course, they go on to call somebody, the person that they're like, if you punch me, I'll sue you. They go on in and start calling them a pussy for not fucking punching them. And it's just stupid. You know, if you're gonna run your mouth to somebody about themselves or old situations or whatever, why does there have to be money involved? Like, it's so stupid. It's like, I'm gonna run my mouth, but by God, if you get angry enough, like, okay, like, the First Amendment is a freedom of speech, and it does protect against the freedom of speech, like talking. Like, you could talk and say whatever you want, but it does not give you the right to say things that creates an actionable speech. Like, we've all heard the story of, and if you haven't, then check this shit out. There was a theater that a play was being played in, and this was, you know, I want to say early 1900s, some shit like that. And somebody thought it would be funny to yell out fire, and people ran out and got trampled to death because they thought that the building was on fire and it was burning down. And I don't know if it was somebody that was backstage, or, you know, I don't know where they were, if there was somebody in the audience or what, but they yelled fire, and people were trampled to death trying to escape this building that was not on fire. And they went to court and said that they were just exercising their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And then it was determined that there was a difference between freedom of speech and a recourse for actionable speech. And so they went to the license plate factory, man. They went to prison over that shit. So, like, pushing somebody's buttons and saying that you're going to sue them, if, you know, whatever, man, I'm going to tell you, you want to push somebody's buttons to the point where they get so angry that they can't help themselves but to beat you to fucking pieces? Dude, there's not a court on this planet that's going to fucking be on your side. And you're going to look crazy as fuck and stupid. But I just use words. Yeah, well, congratulations. Those words, you know, they got you right here with your nose broke and your teeth fucking chipped and shit. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, people think they know the law. Okay, people like to say what they think they know. You know, and there's the things you know and the things you think you know. You know, and, man, you cannot just run your mouth to somebody and say shit where they feel like they're being attacked and then expect to not get your ass whipped. Like if I was to run up to anybody, I say all these big YouTubers' names. They don't ever say my name, so fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. But I'm not going to say anybody's name. But if I went to the Arnold and, like, I had been running my mouth to somebody and I walked up to them, like, if I was this, I don't even know what the fuck to say, but let's just say my channel was completely about fucking with people. And I went to the Arnold and I had fucked with somebody really hard, and let's just pretend that I had court altercations with them in the past and had ran my mouth about them and, you know, threatened them on YouTube. Just walking up to them gives them the right to beat your fucking ass to pieces, man, because they don't know what's on your mind. You've obviously created a toxic situation, and there's fucking digital proof everywhere of it. So, like, these guys that think that they could just say whatever they want, it's just, it ain't gonna fucking fly, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, you know. And the person, I would love to say her name, dude, but all you want to do is sue people. Like, if you're thinking, well, I wonder if he's talking about me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Dude, you're gonna fucking get, you're gonna get what you got coming to you, and then you're not gonna get what they own. If that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I don't know how to, like, say it in small enough words, you know, monosyllabically. The words that you would understand, I just won't bring myself to, like, using one syllable words to break it down any further than that. You know, if you start some shit with somebody, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, and there's a reason why the person I'm talking about, like, he's been challenged by all kinds of people, like, come to this thing and, you know, let's see what you're made of and whatever. And no, I'm not talking about Brad Castleberry. Fuck that dude. You know, that's a whole different bag of worms, man. I don't even want to get into that shit. But it ain't Brad. If he's like, man, I bet you're talking about Brad. No, I'm not talking about Brad. Brad, do your thing, man. Whatever. But there's a reason why this dude never shows up to, like, the Mr. Olympia, which is not that far from where he lives. The person I'm talking about. It's because he's ran his mouth about so many people. He can't walk up to anybody because they will feel physically like, I think I'm being attacked by this guy or whatever, and then he'll get his ass whipped. And there's not shit you can do about it because you've done put yourself in a position to make people feel uncomfortable with you. So you just sit in your fucking trailer and make stupid videos. And I mean, goddamn, dude, you gotta be 45. 40, 45, something. You know, if you're that fucking old, I don't know why you're running your mouth trying to start shit with people anyways. But that's not my business. That's your content. But me personally, I mean, I watched your entire video. I mean, I guess you got the money from that shit. But I unsubscribed because there's just so much you can watch of that shit, man. It's like I got better shit to do. At some point, I have to nip it in the bud. Like what's that guy's name? He used to be on Andy Griffith's show. Yeah, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I'm still in drive. I'm all laid back. I'm in drive like a motherfucker. Alright, so y'all get out today and get you some. And know that back in the day, when there wasn't an internet, and I know it's hard for some of y'all to believe there wasn't an internet, but there really was not an internet. You had to fucking call people to talk to them. There wasn't none of this bullshit texting, where it's really easy to fuck up what people say. You know, where you text somebody like, what are you doing? And they read as, what are you doing? You know, there's none of that. But, yeah, man, if you got nothing else to watch on YouTube, you can watch me. Now, if you got anything, if there's nothing else you want to watch on YouTube, man, learn how to do something. You know, there's plenty of dudes out there that are showing you how to build shit, how to do shit. Fuck, man, learn a card trick or something. Fuck, you don't have to. The stupidity of all the crap that goes on, like with the fitness industry especially, is just, it's becoming rampant.